Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Caffeinated or Die. My name, of course, is Antoine the Great, and I've been joined by my normal co-host Sparky from Sparky's Tech Corner, since he's only got one channel now, and the lovely and beautiful and tired Ishtar, who has decided to join us because Antihero Broadcast unfortunately cannot be with us today. I don't know who he's killing, but it's something to do with a chainsaw, right? That's what it was?
No, that's not what it was. It's there's a chainsaw in the background of somebody snoring like a chainsaw.
Okay, well, I guess.
The first way would have been better, but it's actually the second way.
No, you guys are not doing this right. Antihero is hanging out with Sparky in the background. That's why he can't be on air. It's not because he's murdering people. It's because he's with Sparky and there's not enough, he doesn't want to be on camera today. He's shy.
Oh, okay.
No, he's underneath.
Give him an alibi, you asses.
Hey, he's underneath the desk right now.
Hey, Ben, how's it going?
Whatever you do, you and Antihero do in your private time, Sparky, it's up to you guys. I don't care. All right, let's say good morning to. Say good morning to Chad. Jake Pearson's here. How's it going, Jake? Twisted Skipster, Vess Husband, Ben Cooper, the legendary Ben Cooper. Ben Cooper is. Are you on my Discord, Ben? If you are, hit me up in DMs on my Discord. I have a brand new role just for you. Everyone, and Antihero is here, so he can't stream, but he is in the chat. So if you want to help him with an alibi, start talking to him now, so he can say no. He was watching the stream the entire morning. I don't know why 26 people are dead. Cannonball Karibo is here. How's it going, Cannonball?
Good morning, everybody.
So
you are very lucky this morning because Antoine woke me up out of a dead sleep, scaring the crap out of me, which he thought was pretty fucking funny. But because he did, I'm only in my tank top and panties. So there you go.
So
come on, spread it out, Antoine.
I was going to say, I mean, if you want to put it out there that you're just in, your tank top and panties, $100, and we'll get it on camera.
Yeah, $100. I'll show you what kind of panties I'm wearing today. But I was just letting your chat know how fortunate they are and how kind you are to them of not giving me a chance to put on anything other than my PJs.
Well,
of course, you're going to have to stay in your room until I get back into my room after this is over.
That's not going to happen. But I'll go ahead and let you believe that it will. All right, so we do have some interesting articles, but I do want to get to everyone's week like we normally do. Sparky has some interesting things happen to him this week, and it has to do with lightning. Now, look, Sparky, I know that you portray yourself as a robot, but you do know lightning would hurt you if you got hit by it.
Just supercharge me.
Just supercharge you. All right.
I mean, do you have a special buffer on your circuits?
Yeah. No, in regards what that was about, like I think I showed a week or 2 weeks ago, probably a week ago, that I was walking on a truck at the shop that got struck by lightning. We got everything fixed except for one part of the truck.
Uh-oh.
And we ended up having to replace the dash harness. And I was kind enough to send Antoine some pictures.
What is a dash harness?
All right. Well,
right now.
All right. What you're looking at is the dash of the truck.
Okay.
Completely. Before I took it apart. And the next picture, you'll see the dash harness.
So this was a brand new truck, right?
Yes. Brand new, 5 miles on it.
5 miles.
Oh, my God.
And it got struck by lightning.
Yep.
That is when God said, no, You shall not drive this truck.
And this is what it looks like.
After I took the dash out to replace the harness that you can see in question.
Wow.
There's a lot of things under there. Sparky, I think you're exposing yourself to us. This is not right.
Oh, trust me, I was cussing it.
Put it away.
I was cussing it the entire time.
All right, and you said you sent something. You sent a message to someone.
I sent a message on. I put something on the back window after I got it all done, fixed, everything was good. That's what I.
Capacitor, do not hit the lightning. This, you do know that the flux capacitor is what made them go, back in time. So he may want to get hit with the flux capacitor.
Yeah, but you don't want to just get hit with a random bolt of lightning. You want to channel it within the the flux capacitor in a certain way. You just don't want to hit it. Random weird things happen.
Antoine, Ben sent you friend requests.
Yes. So it's Cat Dragon. Where are you? Ishtar Cat Dragon or something. Because everything is Ishtar's this or Ishtar's that. And Jesus.
Well, you know, it's Antihero was very nice to try and start my cult up again so I could get some worshippers going. You know, it's been 2,200 years since I had a decent following.
I mean, you look good for 2,200.
I'm older than that, but thank you.
So, Vest's husband says, Sparky, did it give consent? No, it did not. I violated that truck in and out. It got repaired against its will because it fought me every tooth and nail of the way.
Sparky, that's generally not a good thing.
It's a truck.
Really not something you should be admitting to on camera, dude.
It's a truck.
So what you're saying, Sparky, is you rape trucks?
In a way, yes. Because a lot of times trucks don't want to be repaired. They fight you all the time.
Oh, crap. So, you know, the thing that I've been working on, the crochet thing I've been working on for like past couple of weeks, I seem to have lost the instructions on how to finish it.
Oops.
Yeah.
Can you just print them back out?
That's what I'm trying to do now.
What are you working on?
I'm working on, I'm poor, but I have a lot of yarn. So I'm doing like crochet gifts for Christmas this year. And I can't find the pattern that I was using.
Crocheting is a unique talent.
It's the thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It'll be pretty.
All right, Ben, can you post something in the hideout on Discord? I cannot find you on the side because everything's changed.
Yeah, it looks like all the names have been returned back to normal for now.
No, the names, the roles have been turned back to normal. The nicknames, not so much.
Oh, I'm looking at mine. Okay, yeah, it's still the same. So I was just looking at my Discord. Are you sure about the anti-hero?
I mean, you never know. She does know things.
Don't worry, Antihero. The right sacrifice, I'll come visit you. It'll be fine. You'll be fine.
How's it going, Theo Gold? All right, so aside from you losing your instructions, is there anything else that's been fun that's been going
on? Let's see. Work has been dead freaking slow.
I was gonna say, isn't it usually hectic this time of year for you?
It's supposed to be. It's weird because it's really, really slow. I left work early on Friday because I had nothing to do. And that was after spending 2 days straight pulling parts, which that was painful.
There he is. Perfect.
I had a quote, but it's probably not a good idea to play it.
Probably not.
Probably not.
But oh my god, it was.
Sparky.
The whole week was terrible.
Sparky, I can see you. I see the smile.
Hey, Moxley.
How's it going, Mox?
I don't want it to be slow. This is the time of for the industry I'm in. Christmas season is when we make like the majority of our money. So the fact that our work is slow is a really bad indication of what the Christmas season is going to look like for us.
It's
less overtime for me, which means less ability to pay off some of my debt that I was really counting on Christmas season to be able to pay off. So this is just a bad, bad sign.
It's because they're not using the correct quote.
God damn it, Sparky. God damn it. You're gonna
they're not using the correct slogan.
And what is the correct slogan?
Why did you just ask him that?
Because he's going to keep poking at it until I say something. You see the smile on his face.
That's true.
Should I? Should I not?
Just do it. Let's get this over with. Make Antoine cry.
Okay, fine. Fine.
Why don't they just go ahead and say it? Diamonds. That'll shut her up.
You would think that.
No, usually it just means that they want bigger diamonds. Okay, so real quick, Jacob asks a really good question because it happened a couple of days ago at BlizzCon. What's going on with the Diablo thing? So Blizzard got it in their head to make a mobile port of Diablo 3 for the for the phones, and it's a pay to win.
Well, isn't that not surprising?
Yeah, microtransactions everywhere, and it's just bad. It's just bad all the way around. So that's what's going on with the Diablo thing. Apparently, while they announced it, they got booed by everyone in the crowd. So, and I think at one point the video that they had on it had 13,000 dislikes. And
ooh, fuck.
Yeah, and like 400 and something likes. So,
oh,
yeah, Blizzard got kind of shown, hey, you done fucked up.
Oh, that kind of reminds me of something I read about the new Fallout 76 game. A game-breaking bug that was discovered.
Oh, nice.
So, the game speed usually on single-player games is dependent upon the refresh rate of your monitor and your graphics card, and that's what determines the actual in-game speed. They link that to a multiplayer online game. So you could easily set your refresh rate higher on your computer, and you would be much faster than anyone else in the game.
Oh, that's because the creators of Fallout are intelligent. What is it? It's Bethesda?
Yes.
Yeah, Bethesda. That's smart. They'll fix that. Don't worry.
And not only that, they also had another game-breaking bug that I think Antihero talked a little bit about. But I guess if you installed the beta game, something would happen and it would uninstall itself, and any kind of save progress you had would be wiped out.
Oof.
I can't remember what triggered it, anything like that. I think Antihero knew a little bit more about that.
Oh, wow. Ishtar knows all about game-breaking bugs that loses progress, don't you, Ishtar?
Yeah, Subnautica, right?
Subnautica. Still too mad to go back and start over again.
Oh, you got console commands. I mean,
I tried them.
well, no.
I tried
Not
the
to
commands. I tried everything.
not to get yourself out. Well, hell, has they had any updates since then?
Probably. I don't know. I haven't.
You
loaded
might want to go ahead and boot it up sometime and check it out. You never know.
it. Mm.
Well, when she had the developers go, sorry, there's nothing we can do for you, it might be pretty bad. So Moxley decided to announce to everyone in chat, so I'm going to announce it to everyone on the Hangout. He says he failed NoFap November, and it's only the 4th, so he has a new challenge of trying to only fap once a day for November.
How's that challenge?
Okay, Jake. I don't mind if you call me, I guess, Golden Flower. Thank you.
Golden Flower.
I don't know.
All right.
I have a message from Moxley.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, watch what you screen share. You never know what autistic fuck might be out there watching you.
Yeah, like a robot that needs to get his ass spanked by anti-hero broadcast.
Sorry, I had to say it. I had to say it. I'm sorry.
Golden Rosetta. Your name is now Golden Rosetta.
Oh, thank you, Jake. That's very sweet.
Sounds like Jay's trying to woo you.
There's been there's been some fun things that have been going on around the Twitter sphere lately, as well as going online, like on YouTube. We're going to get to that, but let's talk about some of the articles that Sparky brought us, because I think it's important. Because it just shows how stupid Twitter actually is. Sparky, you want to read the headline for me?
Twitter apologizes for "Kill All Jews" trending in topics.
What?
No joke.
How on earth do you do that?
CNN.
No, I don't think Brockus is dumb enough to do something like that.
No. CNN.
Thank you for finally getting it. God, you two.
It's the morning. Give me a minute. Jesus.
Ben, the book has not arrived yet.
I was going to say Ben Cooper has been wonderful enough to donate some money for me to read a very, very special book. It has not arrived yet, but as soon as it does, we will let everyone know, and I'll be reading it on MSNBC. It is Lena Dunham's book. I had to actually purchase a copy of it because he wanted a picture with me holding the book as proof that I bought the book. What is the name of the book?
Lucky you.
But so I had. What did he do? What did Anti-Hero do? What did he do?
I don't know.
He's saying he had to call in some favors.
I don't see him having done anything.
I have no idea.
See, he does this, and he knows that I'm freaking out trying to figure out what the fuck he did.
Anti-hero! Really?
Oh,
I have to read this title for posterity's sake. It's posterity's sake.
No.
I have to read. You know, I'm so Ishtar. I'm sorry. We're gonna mute you so I can read this. You just go. Anti-Hero Broadcast has graced us with the most amazing title ever. Cold and wet outside, hot and wet inside. The Ishtar story.
We
The
are not.
look on her face.
Anti-hero's an asshole.
Well, you're telling us
Love
something
you,
we
Andy.
already
You're
knew.
an asshole.
You're kind of telling us something we already knew about him, but you know.
Oh, he says that he got kill all the Jews to trend. That's
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. All right.
dude.
So-
You can find better things to do with your time.
All right, so let's read this real quick, and we can talk about it while it's going on. Twitter is apologizing for the fact that "kill all Jews" appeared as a trending topic on its platform Friday. In a statement, a representative from Twitter said the phrase should not have appeared on the trending topic list, and that we're sorry for this mistake. Which honestly means that they are monitoring exactly what is hitting trending, so they know exactly what to stop from hitting trending. That is a very important thing to realize. If they can stop something like that, they can stop whatever they want. So let's harken back to 2014, shall we? I know it's 4 years ago, but there was a hashtag going around. It was a very popular hashtag. It's now being hailed as the boogeyman of the internet. We're talking about hashtag Gamergate. Did you ever wonder why hashtag Gamergate was never a trending topic, even though it was being tweeted about by thousands of people? Twitter decided that they were going to stifle it. They just admitted to the fact of that right now.
Ugh. But they won't. They didn't think to stifle kill all Jews.
No, because it came from a legit news source, apparently. So
They stifled it. I think if you read on through, it was trending for all of 10 minutes.
that's still 10 minutes longer than any other hashtag that they don't want to have there.
Yeah.
Oh, look, New Line Cinema is already optioning for your story, Ishtar.
Aw.
This was a
I
trend.
get a cut, Auntie. You don't get to keep all the profits, dude.
This was trending as a result of coverage and horrified reactions to the vandalism against a synagogue in New York. It said, regardless, it should not have appeared as a trend. Let's close that down.
Oh, and when we get to who did it, I want to put some information to this because it's actually real interesting.
Okay. At times, we do prevent certain content from trending, and we have now done so with this trend. I'm glad that they admit it openly. Before they were like, no, we don't do that to trending topics. It's all growth from the people. You fucking liars. BuzzFeed first reported on Twitter's statement. Of course they did. The phrase began trending after it was discovered written inside of a New York synagogue Thursday. The New York Police Department said that another anti-Semitic message was discovered in the stairwell of the Union Temple in Brooklyn Heights. Broad City star Ilana? Is that an I and an L? Ilana Glazer cancelled the political event scheduled there Thursday night after the vandalism was found. An attendee posted on Facebook that Glazer said the synagogue had been vandalized with anti-Semitic slurs and other hateful words 2 hours before the talks were to begin. Now, I want to make a prediction. I want to make a prediction really quickly that this is going to be a hoax. They usually are. It usually sucks.
Hoax as to what?
That it wasn't any random threat. It was someone from inside the synagogue that wrote it, not...
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't?
You'll be surprised once we get to the person's name. I'll tell you who it is.
Oh, okay. The incident, as such, she didn't feel comfortable ushering 200 people into an enclosed space. The attendee, Catherine Gonzalez, wrote, the incident was heavily covered by media, considering the proximity to last Friday's shooting at Pittsburgh Synagogue and Glazer's star power, causing the phrase to be listed as a trending topic. Twitter removed the phrase as a trending topic, although it was up for at least 10 minutes for some users, according to BuzzFeed. All right, Sparky, hit us. Who was it?
All right. Scroll down a little bit more. Is that everything in this article?
Yeah, that's everything.
Yeah. You'll notice that there's no name mentioned on who did it.
Yeah.
But they did find out who did it. It was a black Democrat that heavily supported Obama.
Yeah, because he wants to blame the alt-right.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a name? Do you have a picture?
Fuck. I can't remember. Give me a minute.
All right. So this has happened before. And it was around the time that Trump was going around and he was going to be getting elected. Do you remember we saw a bunch of racist, things, the poo swastika? Everyone knows the poop swastika. It was done by the person who reported it. It is never, ever done by the person that they accuse or the people that they accuse. Good morning, Caduntris. It's never done by them. It's always done by someone that wants to do the accusing. This is why you do not believe things like this. You do not give in to the fear that this creates. It's not worth it, because you find out and you make a big hype about it. And then you find out that it was some Democrat, some progressive that wanted to make people scared. And then you just look stupid.
They edited the article.
Oh.
Because I got this article directly from what Sargon was reading the other night. And it actually had the name of the person that did it in this article, and it's gone.
Ruby says, wait, I heard poop swastika. What the fuck? I'm concerned. So when Trump was about to be elected, there was a bunch of anti-race stuff.
Thank you. Thank you, Cinder Shadow. I'm going to send you a link, Antoine.
Okay. And someone at a college, a liberal college, found a poop swastika on their door. And this happened to be a Jewish, a black Jew, I think. I'm pretty sure.
All right. There you go.
All right, I'll get it in just a second. Oh, okay. Well, he got caught on camera. Good for him. He's an idiot. So basically what they did is the person who reported the poop swastika, not to the police first, they reported it to the news first, and then the police got involved. He reported it to the news, and it come to find out that he himself was the one that stuck his finger in his own feces and put a poop swastika on his door.
Blech.
Yes. So let's take a gander at what this jackass who vandalized the synagogue looks like. There he is. So this is a follow-up. We were talking about receipts. So here we go. Synagogue vandalism suspect in New York City worked for Obama campaign in 2008, reports say. James Polite. Really? That's his name?
Yep.
Jesus.
A 26-year-old man charged with vandalizing a historic New York City synagogue on Friday, just days after the Pittsburgh massacre, has been identified as a former campaign worker for Barack Obama, who was profiled by the New York Times in 2017. The Times described James Polite as a young man who spent much of his childhood in foster care and performing canvassing work for Obama's 2008 presidential campaign. After a chance meeting, he got a job that year as an intern for Christine Quinn, a former speaker of New York City Council, who was also a former mayoral candidate. On Friday, Polite was arrested and charged with criminal mischief as a hate crime in connection with vandalism. Thursday, at the Union Temple in Brooklyn, that forced the cancellation of a political event. New York Mayor Bill de Blasio visited the temple Friday night and called the incident tremendously upsetting, according to the New York Daily News, because that's always the great thing to put. On Saturday, Quinn confirmed that the vandalism suspect was the same individual who had worked for her. I know this young man, Quinn wrote, and along with many others in New York City Council and social services agencies throughout the city, have done everything I could over the years to help him as he grew up in and out of the foster system, in and out of the mental health system, and in and out of the homelessness. Oh, there we go. That's what they're going to blame it on. It's okay for them to blame it on mental health and homelessness, but if this was a Republican or a conservative, they would be screaming to the high heavens about how it's not mental health, it's the person. The actions he is accused of break my heart and devastate all of us who tried to help him get on solid footing over the years. Police said that graffiti seen at the Brooklyn synagogue included statements such as "Jews better be ready" and "Die, Jew rats, die, we are here." I wonder who they're trying to say is here. Does anybody have an idea of who he would be trying to say is there?
Yep.
You have a guess? Ishtar, do you have a guess?
No.
No?
No.
Republicans
There's,
and all
there's,
what?
the
Right.
list is too long.
The list is just too long. Here, I'll give you a hint. It's really hard to guess them. I know that they don't have a lot of. I know they don't have a huge following, and I know a lot of people like to say that they're just wonderful people. But it's a 4-letter word, and it starts with N and ends with I.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, I'm gonna say, what are Nazis for 100?
I know. Time out. You can't do that. We got to get the mood ready. Here we go.
Oh God.
You answer.
What are Nazis, Alex?
You would be correct, Ishtar. You would be correct. $100 for you. You have control of the board. They're trying to really. This is. I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. And you know what? It's going to be justified that he has mental health problems, and that's why he did it. But after Polite was arrested, he was sent to a psychiatric ward at Woodhull Hospital in Brooklyn, according to reports. A New York Police Department spokeswoman told Heavy.com that Polite was likely taken there because of his behavior during the arrest. What's the behavior? Okay. According to Heavy.com, the NYPD says that roughly half of the nearly 300 hate crimes committed in the city this year have involved anti-Semitism, and how many of them are done by the Semitists. That's the answer I'd like to want. That's the answer I know. Meanwhile, authorities across the U.S. have reported numerous acts of vandalism at synagogues since the Pittsburgh massacre.
No, Ghost Dog, we're talking about some graffiti that someone put onto a synagogue, not that Jews themselves are Nazis.
No.
You came in partway through the article, dude.
Ben Cooper, what was...
And you know what the damnedest thing is if the media can't say a damn thing about it, and they can't crucify this man like they can everyone else, because hey, black people can't be racists.
Yeah, I know. Well, he was charged with hate crimes. So Mr. Polite was charged with arson, reckless endangerment, and criminal mischief, all as hate crimes for setting fires at 4 other locations affiliated with the Jewish community. Yeah, a poopy artist. No, Ben Cooper, the answer is incorrect. Unfortunately, you lose the $100. You must donate it to this stream. No, honestly, you don't have to donate anymore. It's fine.
Dude, I would kill over dead right now if he did that.
So, yeah.
I killed overlapping my ass off when he did it Tuesday. It's like, I can't believe he did that. So,
this is always... The artist was in his brown movement. Talking about the spooks. That's... All right. I give
Bravo, bravo. Oh, hang on. It's
There you go.
Anubis is just running wild about things.
Yeah,
when does Anubis don't?
I don't know. You know what? His wrestling attire is the Potato Avenger. We are not.
Are we not surprised?
You're going to draw me in an alternate style? What kind of style? Oh, God, because I didn't catch it in time, he fucking is going to draw it.
Yeah.
Right, do we want to do a palate cleanser, or do we want to talk about Super Chats and St. Jude?
Let's talk about that at the end, because I think that's a subject that really kind of pisses me off.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure it'll be a subject that pisses you off, Antoine.
Oh, great.
And it might piss you off as well.
What do you mean, oh, great? You were loving the hell out of Super Chats on Tuesday.
I was loving the hell out of it, but listening to you complain for 3 hours after the chat,
Complain? Why did what? Oh, about having to read the book?
No,
about some of the rage articles.
Yeah, the rage article that Ren found. So hilarious kid answers to test questions. We can do a palate cleanser.
Okay.
Learning new, fascinating, and sometimes boring facts in a school is a rather daunting task. If you really think about it, kids have to be prepared to learn new things every day and then regurgitate that information in the form of test answers. Sometimes kids nail their tests, and other times they provide answers that are wrong, but worth a few points just because of the humor they bring into our lives. Here are some absolutely correct, but wrong test answers that will have you rolling on the floor laughing. So the first one... Raz says he told people at work about the Super Chat bullshit and he pissed off a whole casino. This is why I have him as a henchman. One person pissed off an entire casino. It's wonderful.
I have about 20 of them down here. That's about 10 to 15 miles around me that you can come piss off.
So this one says, sometimes brutally honest is the best answer. The question is, you fell on the playground and scratched your knee. What's the solution? The child wrote, get up and deal with it. That child is going far.
That child knows what he's doing.
Frankie says, I earn money at home by I don't. I'm a freeloader.
Hey, it's best that they learn young.
He learned that word from his dad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, come on.
Oh.
Load.
Sometime today, Antoine. Come on, dude.
All right, here we go. This kid might need to study a bit up on history. Some atoms share electrons and become more stable. Describe a situation in which people share something and everyone benefits. Communism. That's not how that works.
It's how it's supposed to work, but that's not how it works.
Oh, dear God. All right. This teacher received a lesson in English. Why does it? It doesn't say anything. Oh, I can't read it, so I'll just read what.
All right, time out. Use commands to tell your sister to do the following things, and it's different commands. I'm going to say in Spanish, and the answer he gave is, "I don't have a sister."
-7. That was, well, I mean, it's a good thing that he at least attempted it.
Well, I mean, it's if he doesn't have a sister, he doesn't have a sister. There you go.
God damn it! I have to say it, or else he's going to do something crazy. Anti-hero says, "Want to see something special come out of my picture of Antoine? Want something real nice, specific to your needs as it pertains to Antoine? Click on his Streamlabs." God damn it! I'm not going to like what comes out of this.
You're really not, but the rest of us are going to enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
What ended in 1896? 1895. That's yeah, that's true.
Absolute fact.
And then the next one is right, or. So they did.
Well, I mean,
Absolute literal.
yeah,
Sparky, was that your paper?
it might have been. However, I must say, I luckily got out of school before they started Common Core because they started that up in my school the year after I graduated. Thank fucking God.
All right. Name 6 animals which live specifically in the Arctic. 2 polar bears, 4 seals. I mean,
Again, he's not wrong.
he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
There are at least 2 polar bears and at least 4 seals.
And after a while, there'll be 3 seals, and then 2 seals, and
then 3 polar bears.
Yeah. What are 3 things you want to do in the future? Get a girlfriend, kiss her, rule the world.
That is how that works.
Is that your paper, Antoine?
You know, my handwriting is pretty bad, but it's not that bad.
Yes, Sparky, it is.
Well,
at least I have
unfortunately, you need to complete steps 1 and 2 first, Antoine.
You do remember I did, friend.
Had keyword.
So I already accomplished steps 1 and 2, asshole.
Well, what the hell are you doing to delay number 3?
Ruling the world is hard to do.
Uh-huh.
All right, so checking in. Answer your own and hand in to your instructor. The water of the Earth's ocean stores lots of heat. An engineer designed an ocean liner that would extract heat from the ocean's water at TH equals 10 degrees Celsius, or 283 Kelvin, and reject heat to the atmosphere at T to the first power equals 20 degrees Celsius, or is that I? TI equals 20 degrees Celsius, 293 Kelvin. He thought he had a good idea, but his boss fired him. Explain. Because he slept with his boss's wife.
Jonathan, oh dear. I like the note the teacher put.
Jonathan, oh dear.
And Cooper goes, "It isn't Antoine because left hand doesn't count for 1 and 2.
Oh.
Ow!
So much praise, and then he hits me so hard it hurts. Do you want the knife that you just threw into my back, Ben?
No, I'm keeping a collection of those. Give me that.
All right, wrong hue.
I'm not sure how to take that comment, Auntie. It says you have to have a set of balls not caught in an Ishtarian vice in order to rule the world.
That
I really don't know how to take that.
What? I don't get it.
What he's trying to say is Ishtar's got you by the balls, Antoine.
Well, technically, she does. I have a contract with her.
That's true, you do.
I have a lease agreement. I can't rule the world until it's over.
Yeah, that's also true. And your rent is due by tomorrow.
Oh.
So you know.
Okay. What is your favorite hue? Jackman.
Clever.
Again.
Clever girl.
Still accurate.
It's his favorite hue.
He's my favorite hue too. I mean, you know.
I would put Loy.
In a word, describe school. Hell.
Oh my god.
After 2007, I can say yes.
I said that well before 2007.
Yeah, so did I, you young prick.
Well, I'm just saying because of Common Core.
A child swallows a cleaning product. Why is milk often given? To make them happy before they die. Oof.
Oh.
Oh,
That's a little painful.
this has to be the Wednesday Addams of the school.
That's, all right. This kid has a good head on his shoulders. The man pet the dog. You should not hit dogs.
Very smart.
Very smart.
I want to know why that worksheet only has fit and hit for dealing with dogs. What are they trying to do? Teach people how to have animal abuse?
No, it should. And I don't even know if that's a man. He's wearing a pink shirt and it looks like he has a bun. So it may be a man bun, which means it's kind of just a soy boy. But
It's Brockus.
Ow.
Brockus wishes he.
Ow.
But basically, it's shown him shaking a newspaper at a dog. No, why is BronyCon in August, Ben? Don't know if I want to know this answer.
Antoine, you'd better acknowledge Antihero, or he's going to keep repeating himself.
Currently working on Anubis's commission, one with Antoine with a bowl gag, bacon fetus, zombies, and a cat girl. And cat girl powers coming right up.
That almost sounds like it's a weird cross between something else and I as a real vampire, real zombie.
Anubis, you may need therapy for coming up with something like that.
Yes.
No, it's Anubis. That's to be expected.
All right. Why are there rings on Saturn? Because God liked it, so he put a ring on it. Saturn was not a single lady.
What God says, God commands. I don't think God cares if it was single or not.
That's a good point. This is perfect. Write an example of risk. This. That's clever. That's very clever. I like this person.
It is.
Name the quadrilateral. Bob, Sam, Teddyson, Kate, and Harry. I'll give that one a clap. Yeah, that was good.
I bet that teacher just died laughing.
It didn't say name the specific quadrilateral. It just said name the quadrilateral.
Yeah, she didn't give specifics about what she wanted it to be named. Or
Okay, this is even better. So explain how. So it's a math problem above. The difference between 180 and 58 is 22. Explain how you found your answer in problem 4. Math.
You know what I was taught. You know when I was taught in high school, my math teacher, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
Oh, that's definitely simple.
Yep.
I actually kept in contact with some of my teachers when I graduated. When the Common Core came out,
No.
he quit the first quarter after because it's like, this ain't math. And I'm not gonna teach this.
What did I miss that was awful in the chat? And he wants it drawn in Thundercat style.
Which Thundercat style? Original or new?
No, Antihero says, I choose to assume that he means a god-awful new kind. Actually, you know what, Antihero? You should draw that because I could put it on Cartoon Network and they may give me a new show. Wait.
Well, you can take Steven Universe's spot.
Question 4C. Expand. Yeah, just make it bigger.
It's expanded.
It is. That's why it's very funny, Peter. Yeah, true shit lord in the making.
Yep.
What do we call the science of classifying living things? Racism.
And there's the SJW.
That child has two of the same-sex parents with bright-colored hair.
Hey, leave those. Hey, I have bright colored hair, or I did prior to my hair fading. That does not. Don't lump me in with these people. I just like colors.
Bright colored hair that don't have a head on their shoulders. Better?
Okay, that's acceptable.
You know, I wasn't talking about the bright-colored hair on their head. I was talking about the bright-colored hair in their pits.
No, mine are smooth, thanks.
All right. So this is find X. So all they did was circle it and say, here it is.
You found it. Here's your prize.
At least he's not, again, he's not wrong.
Not wrong. Good morning, Pen. All right, where was the American Declaration of Independence signed? At the bottom.
Yeah. Again, accurate.
Bright color hair means gray hair is coming. Are you trying to hide gray hair, Isha? Is that what you're doing?
You do give me gray hair on a regular basis.
Oh, oof. And that kind of deserves.
So much, Mikey.
Oh, I know you do.
All right. Draw a plant cell and identify its most important parts. It's a very sad flower behind bars. No windows.
Flowers. A plant cell.
Yeah, plant cell. That's
Plant cell.
But I'm bump.
Snark. Everywhere. There you go.
Oh no. Solve equation by. I don't get it.
What? We'll probably have to read the bottom part.
All right, after you get rid of the common factors, the answer is quite simple. So simple that even a third grader can figure this out. You all know that 6 equals 6, so you can't get any simpler than that's how you can. Now can you?
You cross out
SIX 6.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
The AI had trouble with that one, ladies and gentlemen.
The robot had trouble with that one.
Do we have a zombie on our hands? How is the brain like a cantaloupe? List 7 ways. It is delicious.
What?
Oh, this no. This is Shades paper.
I don't think Shade eats brains.
No, that's right. He's a vamp. Never mind.
Yeah, it's vampire, not zombie. Oh, Kadant just did a little rap.
Go ahead and read it.
Nope. I have no sense of rhythm like that. It's all about you, host boy.
Yep. I'm opting out because nobody wants to hear me try to sing or rap.
I'm not singing.
Rap it then.
Caffeinated. They always read some stuff, and if they find they can't, then they just roll a bluff. That's why the people on the chat can have fun with Sparky, Antihero, Ishtar, and Antoine.
Yay!
Woo! That was a good one.
Very nice, Cadantris. All right, she couldn't see. Miranda can't see anything when she looks down her microscope. Suggest one reason why not. She is blind.
Still accurate.
Reason.
It's not wrong.
No, it's not wrong. Not wrong at all.
The light wasn't turned on.
In which state do the particles show the most movement? California. In which state do the particles show the least movement? New Jersey. I don't know the Steven Universe theme, Cadance. I think my mom should do less of this. Drink wine. Oof.
Oof.
That's
Ouch.
Yeah. She must drink a lot. If her 4-year-old, it looks like through that, is telling her she needs to stop.
That might be one of my friends.
He walked 3 miles to the woman's house and returned the money. Imagine that you lived at the same time as Abraham Lincoln. What would you say to him or ask him? I'd tell him to not go to the play, ever.
Well, he's
right answer.
He's got a point.
He does.
It was the one thing that if you could go back in time and tell one person one thing, it would be me going to Captain Smith and going, you need to stay watch on April 14th.
Okay, it's just an interesting picture. This is interesting. We are trying to figure out if this kid thought this was acceptable or if he or she was afraid to have a parent sign it due to poor showing on the work. Either way, this is so funny. Something we know they didn't think they would get away with.
I don't get it.
Neither do I.
Moving on. Draw a picture of what you would look like in 100 years. In 100 years, I will be...
Dead.
Oh,
He drew it.
Oh,
that's sad. Kids are smarter than we give them credit for. No, that's not true.
What?
Zeo Gold asks, Antoine, how do you feel about people who say that a show shouldn't have any lore? Are we talking about like television shows? Are we talking about shows like this? Or are we talking? I mean, you have to determine the show. But yes, all shows need lore. If they're character driven or anything like that, there has to be something. You can't just have it out there and do nothing.
well, I mean, even if it's a show, well, let's put it to like this, like McKenna Tuesdays on mine, it has lore. The lore behind it is it's 3 friends getting together to talk about something they like and love that's impacted their lives since they were very young. That's lore right there. Lore is just the backstory behind the story, and it could be anything.
Mm-hmm. Like it's not part of the lore that Antoine's a cat.
Or Play-Doh.
Yeah.
I am neither of those things.
He's a Play-Doh cat.
That's what he says.
I am neither of those things.
And the best deal is you can push him down on a certain type of pedestal, and a little Play-Doh viscose grow out from his face.
Aww.
I'm going to hurt you, Sparky.
That little thing's an aubergine.
So, a diagram below shows best illustrates that giraffes are heartless creatures. If you look at the picture, there's a giraffe in the middle that can't reach the leaves and then dies. The other 2 giraffes just keep eating.
Well, that's accurate then. The giraffes are in fact heartless creatures.
Yeah. So, it works. What is the strongest force on Earth? Love.
Aww.
Nope, I got a better answer to that one.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
I'm going to mute you next time, Sparky.
Oh, come on!
Anubis, I have a big cat tree, and he and my cats are constantly fighting over it.
I am nowhere near the cat tree. Ever.
I caught you on it last night.
No, you did not.
It wasn't my cats.
I do not know what kind of weird dreams you are having about me, but that's not happening. What do you like? What do you like most about your teacher? Boobs. Yep, that's ugh. I don't sleep on the goddamn cat tree bed. Do not add to this.
No, I got the perfect response. Don't mute me, Antoine. Don't mute me. I've got the perfect response.
How would you like to suck my balls, Miss Casey?
All right. That works. What do you think is the best solution to overpopulation? Support your argument with examples. The Hunger Games. She's not wrong.
I was gonna say no.
All right. What, Kadant? What is your request?
Oh, I know. Time out. She doesn't have to say it. I already know what she wants. I already know what she wants. Is it bad that we know?
Yes, it's bad that you already know.
All right. Time out. Let me find it.
Fuck you, that's how.
Okay.
That's what she wanted.
Alucard.
Yep. I have a longer one, but you don't want to stay and listen to 12 seconds of it.
No, I don't. The first cells were probably lonely.
Accurate.
And Kadant just went kasploosh.
She did.
And she's doing it one word at a time.
Well, one hand is busy. She can only type with one hand, dude.
I mean, yeah. Sparky, do you know you're about to be murdered by Antihero? He's the only one that's allowed to give her that word.
Well, Anna Hill has every chance to get soundboard.
I'm just saying. So Lily Orchard spent over 16 minutes saying law is shit that ruins everything. That's because she's shit and ruins everything. She just needs to let people have fun. How many days are in a week? 7. How many months are in a year? 12. Is this number even or odd? Even. How do you know? Because I'm smart. That's not wrong.
Teacher doesn't believe him.
Teacher doesn't believe him.
Well, she answered every question completely. Or he did.
Yeah, see, even Antihero says she doesn't sploosh for him like that. That's Sparky.
It's because you need to get a soundboard, and I'll give you all the places where you can get all the great little Alucard clips, and you can have fun with it.
Oh god, there'd be nothing but like a long posting of Alucard stuff, and Kadant in the background just screaming, "Yes, yes, yes!"
You're not wrong.
That'd be, that video would have 1 million hits.
In just a heartbeat.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Everyone imagining this kid doing the head bob while he's doing while he's writing that answer down.
Hey, he's got good taste in music.
I'm not repeating that one, Kadant. Name a solid. Poop. Name a liquid. Pee. Name a gas. Fart.
Accurate.
That's a little more.
It would have been more consistent if he would have said poop, diarrhea, and fart.
Ew.
You're gross, Sparky.
What? I'm going for consistency here.
Not with diarrhea, you're not. Ba-da-bump! Ha-ha! Bob has 36 candy bars. He eats 29. What does he have now? Diabetes. Bob has diabetes.
You need to. I'm sorry. I'm going to do this just because he does it to me every now and then. You need to replace Bob with Trippy.
Ooh.
All right, Trippy has 36 candy bars. He eats 29. What does he have now? Diabetes. Trippy Poop has diabetes. Oh, it's only sad because it's true. This is some meta level shit right here. Describe yourself in 3 words. I am a rebel. He's a rebel, so he's not listening to the rules.
There you go.
I am a
rebel.
Yeah.
He's a rebel.
Yep. Thinking outside the box.
Bravo, child. Bravo.
How many more of these are there?
I don't know.
There's like 100 of them, but we're not going to do all of them.
We're not doing all 100. We're going to do a couple more, and then we'll move on to the other article. Just some laughing before we rage.
Yeah.
Haunted house. Subtracting. There were 4 ghosts. Then 1 ghost flew away. How many ghosts are left? 0, because ghosts aren't real. I mean, I guess it depends on what you believe. It's one of those where the words are messed up. So it's lawn, then, saw, and shit, because it's TSIH. Not wrong.
No.
Yeah, I mean, they sure thought about that when they wrote that down.
Hey. Not wrong.
Yeah, they should have thought about what other words could this spell.
I mean, it could have even spelled hits. Not the child's fault. Is there enough information in the table to estimate the length of a day on Jupiter? Bacon. Give a reason for your answer. Bacon is always the answer.
Accurate. Yeah, facts. Totally.
I mean, see, now I want bacon.
We don't have any bacon.
Why did you eat all the bacon?
You cooked it last time you made waffles.
And just to explain the chat, I am the joke killer, not Antoine.
Yeah. Hi, Raz.
All right. Tony practices the piano 20 minutes a day. Effect. He is a big nerd.
Aww.
That's mean. Sarah plays the piano. We should introduce him to that child.
Are you sure she wouldn't eat the child?
Impossible.
Okay.
We're probably going to end on this one.
Okay.
If I'm late for class, I will burst into class and comment on Mr. Thomas's mustache. Mr. Thomas will blush and say thanks.
Aw.
Someone thinks very highly of themselves. So, all right, so that's the last one because I don't know how many more there are, and we don't want to just fill this entire thing with gooey fun and games. We want to hurt people.
Do we? Do we want to hurt people?
We do want to hurt people.
Why do you want to hurt people, Antoine? What's up, man?
Because
Who hurt you?
Many people.
Okay.
So, Sparky, this is for you. Hate speech on live super chats tests YouTube. Feature that gives comments special treatment, generates revenue, but can include racist comments. Actually, no, it can't. Because if you put certain words in there, it won't accept the super chat.
Yes and no. And yes,
I remember your super chat, Sparky. NI space GGER. NI space GGER.
Yeah, I know. They actually changed that because you can actually do it now.
Oh.
And your screen show's not working for me.
Well, it should be. It's working for the chat.
I can see it just fine.
Okay, hang on. Let me refresh.
So that's JF Garvis, he is a jackass. That's all you need to know about that. So let's get into this.
All right, here we go.
Better?
Yep, it's working now.
You know what? I don't want to read this one. Ishtar, you read this one.
Okay, hold on. I gotta zoom in so I can actually see this.
They want to hear your beautiful voice.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
All right, put 1 in the chat if you want to hear my voice. Put 2 in the chat if you want to hear Ishtar's voice. Put 3 in the chat if you want to hear Antoine's voice.
Antoine, this is not working for me. You're going to have to zoom in for me.
That better?
There we go. Yeah. After Robert Bowers stormed the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh on October 27th, far-right personality Ethan Ralph launched a live stream on YouTube to discuss the shooting that claimed 11 lives. Soon, some viewers began paying to have their comments featured on the live chat scrolling alongside the streaming video through a feature YouTube launched last year called Super Chat. During the live stream, which YouTube said Mr. Ralph has since deleted, one user paid £2 to write, "How you get a Jewish girl's number? Roll up her sleeve."
Oof. Ooh.
Another viewer paid $5 and wrote, "If you want to know if the synagogue shooting was a false flag, then check out the Lucky Larry life insurance policies on those dead Jews."
All right, really quickly. He did not delete the stream. YouTube deleted the stream.
Yep, and from what I read about it and what I've seen so far, after YouTube deleted the stream and his channel, then the Wall Street Journal published this.
Yeah, because Wall Street Journal is a bunch of morons.
Yeah, they've had this ready to go for at least a couple days.
YouTube said late on Friday that it had permanently removed Mr. Ralph's channel, The Ralph Retort, from its platform for policy violations and for going against its terms of service. Mr. Ralph, whose channel had 22,500 subscribers, is one of several far-right YouTube celebrities who have used the Super Chat function to make money.
Far right. Fuck you, Wall Street Journal. He is not far right. He has said himself he is not far right. Just because you don't agree with him doesn't mean shit.
Topics among such users can be wide-ranging, from the events like the tragedy in Pittsburgh and the confirmation of Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh to critiques of the media and internal debates among members on the far-right online communities. Most super chats generate a few $100s in revenue, according to an analysis conducted for the Wall Street Journal, which said with YouTube typically collecting 30%. People familiar with the matter said. A spokeswoman for YouTube, owned by Alphabet Inc.'s Google, said the company donates the charity proceeds from any super chats that violate its hate speech policy. Hate speech and content that promotes violence is prohibited on YouTube, the spokeswoman said. We have also been working over the last several months to refine our policies on who has access to monetization features, and while this work is ongoing, we are dedicated to continuing to improve the fight against hate online.
All right, I want to pause on this right here. Okay, reread that.
Hate speech and content that promotes violence is prohibited on YouTube, the spokeswoman said. We have also been working over the last several months to refine our policies on who has access to monetization features, and while this work is ongoing, we are dedicated to continuing to improve in the fight against hate online.
Okay, 1. Hate speech is subjective. What someone finds as hate speech may not be found as hate speech to other people. 2, they are refining their monetization features. Do you want to know what that means, Sparky?
Oh, trust me, I already know exactly what that means because you kind of did a video about it with me in an old group I was in a couple months ago, I believe, around the beginning of the year, actually, because of an issue like this.
So what it means is YouTube is going to pick and choose who they want to be monetized. If they do not like your politics, they will refuse to monetize you, even if you meet the criteria of monetization.
And really, the criteria of monetization, they moved the goalpost, is what they did back. What was it? March, April or February. I can't remember when. It's like the end of February, I believe. And the criteria for getting monetized was you had to have 10,000 views.
Yeah, that was the first. That was the first criteria. 10,000.
Yeah.
You could be monetized. Then it went to you needed 1,000 hours of watch time over. You needed you needed 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time over the fiscal year.
Mm-hmm.
So
And that happened. That happened right then. It was like 4 days afterwards. I hit 10,000 hours of watch time.
10,000 views, you mean?
No, 10,000 views. Yeah, 10,000 views. That happened 4 days after I hit 10,000 views.
Yeah. And then Raz says in the chat, don't forget YouTube doesn't just move the goalposts on their rules, which they do. They also apply them retroactively on case-by-case basis, the basis being whether you align with their politics or not.
Exactly.
Now, one of the main arguments for this is going to basically be, well, it's a private company. They can do whatever they want. It is not a private company. It is a public company because it's owned by Google. Google is a publicly traded company.
Yeah, but I gotta disagree on that one. YouTube is a private company. It is a private platform. It's a commodity. You can look at it as a commodity that anyone is able to get to.
Yeah,
and with that, a commodity can be chosen to not be sold to anyone. Anyone has that right, unfortunately. So
the problem, YouTube is based on the people that use it, not
true.
the company that hosts it. YouTube itself is basically just a hosting site. Now think about that. When you do put in a super chat, they do take 30%. So a hosting site for someone for like the Ralph Retort, who makes thousands of dollars on one live stream, they get 30%.
Which doesn't make any sense financially as to why they would pull his channel when they're making, all right, let's say he makes $5,000 on, a stream like that. YouTube is making $1,500 off of that.
Yeah. So the reason that they're doing this is because it got national attention. Other than that, they wouldn't care. YouTube doesn't care. That's why their TOS is bullshit.
Hello, on here. Hi, Red.
Oh, how's it going, Red? So they don't care. They get money. They don't care what the people say. They only care when it gets brought up. So Jimquisition, he is a horrible person. He promotes hate speech just against other people. He promotes hate speech, and he basically tells people that white people you can't be racist towards white people. He believes everything that the SJWs do. I'm sorry, third wave feminists do, not just SJWs, because there are actually. Anyway, so he promotes all of that. He is not demonetized. He is not kicked off of YouTube. His super chats are not limited. But someone like the Ralph Retort gets kicked off. And they did the same thing to PewDiePie. So it's bullshit.
No.
The reason this happened is because it got national attention. This whole thing of we are refining our policies. What they're doing and what they're going to do is they're going to find the limitation of how many subscribers you should have before they believe you should start making money.
Yeah. Oh, and on that whole deal about what they did to PewDiePie, it was also Wall Street Journal that hit PewDiePie also with this same kind of bullshit.
That's a real coincidence. That's a real coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences. I think the Wall Street Journal is panicking because people are getting their information from places like YouTube and Twitter more than they are the Wall Street Journal.
The Wall Street Journal has proven themselves to be biased and untrustworthy and stuck in the past with their heads shoved up their own asses from the sheer arrogance of it. And they could use their heads for a butt plug.
All right, let's continue on with this.
Let's see. Like other popular social media platforms, YouTube has struggled to draw the line between cracking down on hate speech and allowing freedom of expression. The company relies on a sprawling ecosystem of creators to supply a steady flow of content to the world's most popular video site, where they get access to special benefits and resources on the platform. Super Chat was launched last year to further encourage those creators to produce more content and attract more viewers. Paid comments receive special treatment. The video host often reads the comment out loud on air, and it gets pinned to the top of the fast-moving chat thread. The more someone pays, the longer the comment stays featured at the top of the chat box.
All right, hold on just a second. We have a question from Ghost Dog, which is a really good one. Would it be fraud because the person paying the super chat is not getting what they pay for to help the channel when they pay the super chat and it goes to charity? Technically, no, because it is in the TOS of the super chats that has been updated that if you are flagged for hate speech or anything like that, they can then take the funds and do whatever they want with it. Your funds are forfeit. So,
You don't get a say.
yeah.
And it will continue on in this. And I'll make a point later on that the president that seems like it's being spin with this will make the super chat option a fucking weapon against content creators. I'll explain more later on.
Okay. All right. Continue on, Ishtar.
While the Super Chat function is available to YouTube's vast cast of video celebrities and was made primarily to appeal to gamers, it hasn't gained the same traction or scale amongst those groups as it has with the far-right crowd, according to an analysis by Storyful, a social media intelligence firm that is owned by News Corp, the journal's parent company. Huh. Racist comments are not uncommon. Just as troubling, according to researchers, are the comments that stay within YouTube's guidelines to avoid getting taken down through the use of coded languages in place of hot-button topics and slurs. For instance, some commenters use the term basketball Americans rather than a slur against African Americans, and population replacement when referring to conspiracies about white genocide. Some users spell certain words with numbers to avoid detection by YouTube software.
Oh no, they use leet.
Dear God, it's the end of the world. Scroll down.
And I don't understand why people get their panties in a wad because of words and because of things said. Who fucking cares?
Because they're offended, Sparkster.
I don't care. I don't care if they're redheaded. I don't care if they're Jew. I don't care if they're black. I don't care what they are. You don't let fucking shit like that affect you. They're just words. Who fucking cares?
So,
Words have power.
Only if you give them power, and this is giving a word power.
I agree. Ren asks, are they quoting Moxley? This is proof that the Wall Street Journal watches MSNBC.
There you go. Antihero says, nothing like impartial, unbiased research via an independent company.
Yeah, sure it is. A social company.
Uh-huh. Many payments, for example, are made in the amount of $14.88. The number 1488 is often used as shorthand among white supremacists to signify their ideology, and related merchandise is often sold for $14.88. Is that true? Does anyone do that?
I do know a person that used to put in 1488 for super chats on Proper Villains when it was around, and that was Do Machine.
Ah, that
I don't know
says something about him.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, but he was a fucking Kekistani. He was doing it. He wasn't doing it unironically. He was doing it ironically. And I don't know about the merchandise being sold for 1488.
Raz is correct. What you don't understand, dude, is words have power no matter what. Raz is very, very accurate.
And then
yeah, and Anna here brings up a point. Since he wanted to troll people. And yes, I succumb to feeding a troll.
Shame on you.
Shame on me. But I still stand by what I said.
What they're
I just got more on what I do.
What they're doing is transmitting these ideas in other ways, said one researcher. The researcher has been targeted in the past by white supremacists and other members of the far-right fringes.
Oh, so wait a second. The completely unbiased and independent researcher has been targeted by members of what they consider the far right. Huh. I wonder why they're saying that everyone they don't agree with is far right.
After a BuzzFeed article in May detailed the popularity of super chats among white nationalists and other far-right personalities, YouTube said it started using machine learning technology that can detect hateful comments and put them on hold for further review. The company doesn't disclose how much it makes from super chats overall, because BuzzFeed is a reliable source of information.
Oh, no. I can tell you, who remembers back a week or 2 weeks ago when, or maybe it was 3 weeks ago, I can't remember, but everyone's fucking comment was being removed or redacted. That's when that program got put into place and then got taken offline because it was citing everything as hate speech.
Yeah. So 2 things. Ghost Dog says, so you're saying Wall Street Journal scene is true because you said so, and what's far right to you journal is called normal. Yes, so whatever the Wall Street Journal sees as correct is right, and whatever they see as wrong is far right. Right as in correct, not right as in the right. And Raz says, Antoine, remember when you slid as far left as so many of them have, everyone looks far right to them. It's very true. You could be minutely right of center, and you consider it a far right, alt right, neo-Nazi.
I'll put you like this. I think within the span of a week, you remember this, I think I got labeled as a Nazi, as a MGTOW, as a racist, and then the next day after that, I got labeled as a feminist. I get labeled everything in the fucking book by different people from different sides, and it's like
Sparky, we all know that you do, in fact, have a swastika tattoo. You hail the MGTOW way while supporting feminists. I mean, come on, man. These are not secrets about you.
And you also identify as a black male trans woman. It's fine.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I hate you both. Z-Guile.
And just like that, Antoine, your channel's gone.
What's my channel, Sparky, you fucking prick? I disavow! You bastard!
Shame on you, Sparky.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, wait, no. I got a trick to show you. Chance, come here. You'll love this trick I taught my dog.
No.
Bad Sparky. Bad Sparky.
No.
When YouTube temporarily suspends a channel for a violation, that creator often appears as a guest on a like-minded person's channel until the ban is lifted. The problem for YouTube, said this researcher, is that YouTube is going to be consistently trying to apply a technological fix to what is a social problem.
Okay, so hold on a second. What happens when a popular YouTuber gets banned is, yes, they go and fucking onto other channels to complain about being banned for something stupid. And they go to their friends that they have made through YouTube to do it.
You got to look at it like this. The fans of a YouTube channel will help them out. You know, you got to look at it like this. I helped Antoine out when his channel got flagged. So did Lo-Fi. So did a couple other people. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. And then, on top of that, because people know that they're going to get struck down, they usually have secondary channels. So they go with their friends onto other streams and say, look, I got shut down by YouTube on my main channel. This is my secondary channel. I'm doing all my stuff there. So
Ren?
Yeah, Ren. Ren is not an alt-right neo-Nazi. She is a beautiful woman who likes to show herself with pasties on. What is wrong with that? Not a goddamn thing.
And you're helping her out as well.
Yeah. And she got her channel struck down. She shows up of mine.
Yeah, she got her channel shut down because of Mormons, though.
Fucking Mormons.
Okay. Half of my family on my mother's side is Mormon. Not all of them are like that. Just way too many of them.
All right.
All right, I'm not citing people who follow the Mormon belief, just saying the belief itself.
So just real quick on the whole thing about YouTube not saying how much they make from Super Chats total. It's because they don't want to let people know that they make a god-awful amount of money off of people by being nothing but a fucking hosting site.
Yeah.
And you gotta look at it like this: after Adpocalypse, you can make a somewhat decent living from the ads on YouTube. Afterwards, that dwindled down to almost nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That amount didn't change. It just the amount given to the creator changed.
Which is
so YouTube still gets the full amount that they charge the people putting the ads out.
Yeah.
Mr. Ralph didn't respond to a request for comment. On Thursday evening, after the Journal approached YouTube with questions for this article, Mr. Ralph opened a new live stream by reading what he said was a super chat submitted earlier in the day, in which the viewer wrote, "Abort Hebrew babies." The stream continued for more than 20 minutes before it was shut down for violating YouTube's policy on hate speech, according to a notice posted on his Twitter account. Mr. Ralph then shifted to another channel and continued for several minutes before that was also shut down.
He did specify on that. It actually originally said abort Jew babies, but he switched it to Hebrew because he didn't want to say that. He did
apparently,
state that.
YouTube was tracking him, so.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Cooper says, let's help Antoine get on SPLC's right-wing watch list. No, let's not do that.
Hey!
The next time I tried to shut down YouTube, they're going to go after me. I mean, next time that YouTube falls, shuts down.
You're not helping, Antoine.
I don't want. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital this week arranged to return donations raised in September during a live stream by Mr. Ralph dubbed a Super Chat for Good, even as the comments section became populated by anti-Semitic comments and the host talked about a Holocaust meme. The money totaled about $26,000. Many on Twitter complained Friday about having their donations returned to them. They also attacked the Journal and members of its staff, blaming the news organization for the return of the money.
Because it's their fucking fault.
When contacted earlier in the week, St. Jude said it was aware of the chats and was making arrangements to reverse any donations. On Friday, a spokesperson said, "We had no intention of receiving or accepting any of the funds associated with the live stream." Following the Journal's questions, YouTube also took down a live stream by far-right personality Jean-Francois Gariepi?
Just call him a frog.
Jean, that was broadcast after the Pittsburgh shooting and included a number of anti-Semitic and racist comments in the paid super chats. Jean, who calls himself a white nationalist, said he doesn't see a problem with people referencing 1488 or Hitler, saying such comments are aimed at encouraging people to gain a better historical understanding of Germany during the first half of the century. He added that it would be easy for YouTube to prohibit donations made in that amount if they differ from my interpretation. Jean's live stream in the wake of the Pittsburgh generated $244 in revenue, according to the Storyful announcement.
Oh my god, $244 for him.
I know, right?
You did forget this one paragraph right here.
Oh, sorry. Mr. Gariepi said his channel doesn't allow hate speech and that he tries to delete super chats that are either hateful or that constitute calls for violence. He said his channel has banned thousands of viewers from his channel for repeatedly violating that policy.
I don't believe that. So he made $244. Big fuck. Do you want to know why BuzzFeed carried the super chat story?
Why?
Because people like Jim, Mr. Anti-Bully, Mr. Metica, people like Tonka Skull, people like Failure, people like the Honey Badgers, people like, not even lumping myself in, but Sargon, people like Computing Forever, they are all considered far right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since their videos get docked so badly on monetization, they started pimping out super chats. The left does not get the amount of super chats in their streams that someone like Sargon would. So BuzzFeed was doing what they normally do and showed that there are more alt-right and far-right and evil hate speech spewing viewers on these on these channels than on the correct and the correct and right side of history and progressive channels. They were pissed that they didn't get enough money.
And like this is gonna change that.
No, it's just gonna make. That's the thing. The Wall Street Journal doesn't understand internet culture at all. I was having a conversation with a coworker who was trying to talk about controlling speech, and basically saying that there are certain words that should be never spoke of again. Right?
Like nigger?
God damn it, Sparky!
Why are you doing that, Sparky?
Because I don't believe in censoring speech whatsoever. Somebody wants to say it depends on the context of how you're saying it. If you're attacking a group of people and you're attacking someone, I can understand that. But if it just using it as a passing term, like, you know, nigger, Jew, anything like that, who fucking cares? You're not directing it at anyone. Who cares?
Uh-huh.
Now, I believe you shouldn't be allowed to attack a group of people without consequence. That, I do believe there needs to be some sort of consequence for. But banning a word just because it's a word, that's bullshit. I'm sorry.
No, I agree with that, and that's kind of what it is. We weren't talking about basketball Americans. We were talking about we were talking about the term friend zone and the negative connotation or toxic connotation of that word, and how it should be struck from the lexicon. And I asked him how he was going to do it, and he said, "Well, the generalization, or the general populace, will make sure that term over time does not get spoken." And I said, "No, there are people out there that will speak it just because you don't want them to. How are you going to make sure that doesn't happen?" I was trying to lead him towards the term, "Well, we'll make sure they get arrested for it."
All right. And what was this?
Friend zone.
Okay, so I'm going to say friend zone every fucking live stream.
My point is we started talking about censorship and how you cannot police speech, especially if you think something is hateful, doesn't necessarily mean someone else thinks that's hateful. So we're using basketball Americans instead of saying black people or African Americans. It may simply be that we think it's funny. Wall Street Journal doesn't understand that if you tell the internet as a whole you are not allowed to say something, what do you think they're going to say?
Friend zone.
Over and over and over again. They're going to say it, they're going to use it until it's dead and gone, and then they're going to say it some more just because people keep telling them that it's dead.
Now, I said I was going to explain how this sets a dangerous precedent, and this is how it will do so. So, basically, from how you read the article and how it's presented and what happened, they're punishing Ralph Retort for something somebody else said.
Yes.
That he has no control over in a super chat. So they're going after him for that.
Question.
This is how this.
Here's a question. Okay, real quick. Question is, was he choosing to read the super chats aloud? And if so, how is that not making him partially liable for spreading the hate chat?
Because he believes in free speech and no one should be censored.
But okay, you have to listen to what Ishtar's saying.
The point I'm making is that if he saw the super chat that was filled with hate speech, he then had the opportunity to not read it. By reading it, he himself is contributing to it. Therefore, how...
Well, yeah, so basically, Anti-Hero puts up a super chat that says, basketball Americans 5 times. If I then say that out loud, I'm making a conscious effort to say it for the chat, which then encourages the chat, which did have 3,500 people watching, to have him say it out loud.
True, but you gotta look at it like this. St. Jude's also returned the money and also stated because the chats were made in a racist statement, they wasn't accepting money. And YouTube seems to be on the same stance of any racial comments or super chats will be removed and sent to a charity, which that seems counterproductive to me because that seems like it's a little bit of hypocrisy right there, just from what happened with St. Jude's and what YouTube said.
St. Jude still needs a lot of public donations in order to be able to continue doing their work. So I can kind of understand that St. Jude. We cannot hear you, anti-hero.
You need to mute yourself, anti-hero.
So basically, what he had an alternate path that would have both kept people able to say what they want to say, support their own free speech, while not condoning what they said. And it was very simple. And it would be, so-and-so donated a super chat. Thanks for the donation. I do not approve of what you say, so I will not be reading it aloud. Thanks again.
True, you got a point. But what if YouTube doesn't go that way? What
if is not what is.
Okay, well, exactly. You got a point there, but what I'm trying to state is they've also done this to a couple other YouTubers also that they got shut down because of comments made towards them. What I'm trying to say is this kind of makes it as a weapon now to where people who don't like, say, PewDiePie or Markiplier or Linus Tech Tips or any other big YouTuber out there that uses super chats can go, we can get this people shut down by just spamming their chat with hate messages.
Which is when you get which is when it goes to the person who's running the channel and becomes their decision of, am I going to read this aloud or am I not?
Yeah, well, that's true.
That's when it goes on them. And they can delete it. They can kick the person. They can do the, hey guys, this is not cool. Cut it out.
But you got a point.
They are not responsible for the things that people type in the super chats. I will agree to that.
But the way they're making it, it kind of is, to a point.
Okay, so you guys are agreeing, but you're also disagreeing. You're agreeing that the people can put in whatever they want in super chats.
Mm-hmm.
What Ishtar is saying is that because he chose to read it, he's encouraging it. So thus he is held responsible for what is being said. Because he said it. And I have to agree with that. If he chose to say it, like, okay, Jake Pearson's tagged me, okay? He tagged me in a comment on the chat. It's orange on my screen. I can choose to say it, or I can choose to not say it. If I say it, I am then taking the action to say it, so I am then the one that is liable for saying it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's if he doesn't respond to it, he doesn't respond. Now, someone else pointed out that if you don't read, if you read the other super chats, but you don't read someone's super chat, it's going to, it's rude. Well, saying, we got a super chat, I don't agree with it, there it is, you're still pointing them out.
You're still giving them the recognition. The thing is by saying that you're going to read anything, no matter what it is, as long as they pay for it, you are opening yourself up to these kinds of things, and you are encouraging them to say these things. Whereas if you simply go, thanks for the super chat, I don't like what you said, I'm not going to read it, but I do appreciate the donation, it'll, whatever speech you want to do, but basically the thanks, I'm not going to say your horrible stuff. After a while, yeah, you'll lose some money, but that hate speech will go away because you're not saying aloud what they want to broadcast.
I agree with what you're saying. I agree. I agree with what both of you are saying. What I'm saying is I don't see YouTube seeing it that way. And I see them holding the creator responsible because they attract those type of people.
It's okay. So,
regardless of not those people like the person or not.
The question, what I want to bring up is you said it's hate speech. If he does not see it as hate speech, that's why he says it. So someone could see Basketball Americans as hate speech because we are using a racist connotation on basketball. If I don't see it as hate speech and I see it as a joke, I'm going to say it. If someone else takes it as offensive, that's actually on them. So I get what Sparky's trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
I get what you're trying to say as well. There's a medium here that's just not going to be agreed on.
There's too much gray area. That's what I'm trying to say. There's so much gray area that YouTube could take in any direction that they want, and they've shown before in the past that they will do so, whether or not anyone agrees with it or not. And what I'm saying is, it's sitting a precedent and showing people also, because you got to think of the minds of people in the left or people who just outright hate other people. I could give great examples right now for different ones, but I'm not going to. But say I hate somebody on a YouTube channel. I really hate them. If there's a chance that this is all theoretical and this is not going to do it, but say I don't like Markiplier and I want to see his channel banned. There's a chance I could get his channel taken down with just spamming his chat with hate speech.
Yeah,
and say I got $1,000 to bond, and I just want to see his channel bond. I'll make as many channels as I can, and go through and do it.
But
at the end of the day, are they got a whole Markiplier responsible because he attracted me to his channel, whether or not I like his channel or not? They gotta look at it. His channel attracted someone like this to go watch them. They don't care about context at times.
however, that is also where another responsibility of the channel owner does come into place, which is having moderators in the chat to keep that stuff, within a certain amount of boundaries. Now, I do agree that it could in fact be an issue with the rules that he set in place for his moderators. But like you said, he agrees on free speech. For the most part, I also agree on free speech. I do believe context is important.
Whoa. Time out. Let me pause you right there. Is that true, Pina Chan? He got banned from Streamlabs as well now?
That sucks.
Not surprised.
Wow.
He's not responsible for, plain and simple, he is not responsible for the things that people put in super chats. He is responsible, however, for how he reacts to what people put in super chats and for how it is going to affect his channel, is basically the gist of what I'm saying. I don't really care a whole lot what people say in my chat within reason. There are certain things I don't want in my chat because I don't like how it's going to affect it. So I have those rules in place to say, this is not cool. I will not tolerate this behavior. You have a good day.
Yeah, I've got certain, I can't lie, I've got certain words blocked on my channel. The way if you say it, it won't go through because of the moderations I put in the chat. But I've done that for specific reasons. So,
Pen, that's not what she's saying. She said that he is not responsible for what people put in super chats, but he is responsible for choosing to read them.
He is responsible for how he reacts to them. He's not responsible for what Joe Blow decides to say if he wants to say Hail Hitler and a whole bunch of other anti-Semitic crap. That's not his responsibility. What is his responsibility is whether or not he reads it, whether or not he allows it to stay in his chat, whether or not he even acknowledges it. There's a difference.
Okay, you gotta go back and look at PewDiePie then.
Okay.
For what he stated, and see, they tried getting him 2 different times for a what was it, a publicity stunt or a joke? Yeah, he was trying to do. He dressed up as Hitler or something like that. It's something stupid.
The Nazi thing.
Yeah, he got hit for being a racist and spewing hate speech for that one when he clearly wasn't. He got hit for accidentally saying the word nigger whenever he was in the middle of a fucking game and he got frustrated and raged out. Fuck, I say worse things than that when I play a game.
Yeah.
It's like...
No, Pen. We've already talked about that.
You are absolutely right. If somebody does not view it as hate speech, if they view it as a joke, then he can go ahead and react to it. But he needs to keep in mind, not everybody's going to view it the same way that he does. I don't see jokes the same way Sparky does. I actually have a sense of humor. Sparky takes him out back behind the shed. Completely different viewpoints there. So I do agree.
He's got a point.
I do agree that it may not be classified as hate speech in his mind.
Yeah, but again, that's what comes into the context of, okay, who's the judge of that?
Well, that's where we get back to the hosting site. The hosting site is the judge of it. So
Unfortunately.
So if YouTube chooses to consider what he said as hate speech, it doesn't matter if it's compelled or not. If YouTube considers it as hate speech, they have every right as the hosting site to shut him down. I don't like it. I think it's bullshit. I've been censored after being called a fucking pedophile because I called someone gay. Apparently, calling someone gay is worse than calling them a child molester. I don't know how, but it is.
But it goes back to the basics. I mean, you could very easily liken it to you come into my house, my personal home. I have set rules for what I find acceptable and not acceptable. I don't find it acceptable that you're going to run around with your dick hanging out because I don't find that acceptable. That is my rule. If you come into my home,
that's why you won't
knowing that rule, and you run around with your dick hanging out, I'm going to have a problem with it, and it is my right to say, go away. Technically, Panina-chan, that is compelled behavior, which does fall into what you're saying. But it's my house. I have that right.
There are certain rules that we have to follow because of YouTube.
And YouTube,
I understand that one.
With their own rules. Their rules change frequently, which I think is, on a lot of levels, is dirty pool because they're greedy and they want money.
Yeah.
But it's still their house. They still have the right to set these rules, and they still have the right to compel them.
Who was it? I can't remember the YouTuber, but it was Sid Alpha. That's who it was. I remember now. It was Sid Alpha. He made a couple videos, and it was about who was it? It was Total Biscuit. He made a couple of videos about Total Biscuit, and he had the comment section open on them, and some people put some hateful things on it, and his video got knocked because of those comments.
Yeah. We're dealing with people. We're dealing with a group. All right. So I have 1,600 subscribers. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I have 1,600 people that watch.
You're bragging.
That can watch me. So say they watch this episode of Caffeinated to Die. They watch it all the way through. They get to this part. Are all 1,600 people going to agree with what I have to say? No.
No.
So when you deal with people who have mass audiences, like the Ralph Retort, who has 22,000 people,
had,
there may be people who like what he says about certain things, but not what he says about other things. And if it offends them enough, it's going to make them want to act. Or, since he had 3,500 people doing a charity stream, it could have been people who don't know who he is. So they came into the charity stream because it was a charity and just donated and saw all the shit going on and thinking that's what he has to say. We're basically, anyone who has anything to say on this platform has to understand that they are going to be judged by what they say. If you think that you cannot say something and have them not come back on you, you need to get off this platform.
And if you choose to allow these people to represent it, then you're responsible for the reactions. Like I said, I am all about free speech. Words don't bother me that much. However, I do have ways that I want to be seen. So, Panina-chan, that is a very good question. Why ban him now?
Because the Wall Street Journal made it public. As I said before, YouTube would have left this alone. Why? Because Ralph made them a shit ton of money. If it didn't get put into the public eye, none of this would have happened.
Yeah.
Because
And
the Wall Street Journal made it as public as they did.
And all I'm trying to say is what's next?
what's next is the same thing's going to happen to someone else.
Yeah,
This is
but what
not
I'm saying,
change.
I know, but what I'm saying, what's next? Are they gonna start getting people off the platform because of other people and what they say? I mean, that it's you gotta look at what stuff would they go into next.
What's likely to happen next is what happens every time YouTube gets called out. They're going to have a knee-jerk reaction, and for a while, they're going to be real uptight about the rules. There are going to be a lot of other people, mostly smaller YouTubers, who are going to, suddenly find themselves without channels and that sort of thing. And then it's people are going to move on to the next crisis. YouTube's going to relax again until once again
something that gets made public. So what's going to happen, Sparky, is you're going to get up to 22,000 subscribers. You're going to get someone on your channel that says something bad. They're going to go through all the stuff that you used to do. They're going to find the little clip of you saying Zig Heil, and they're going to use that against you. And you're going to be demonetized. You're going to be kicked. You're going to have all of that happen because it was made public. This is not going to happen to anyone else until something big happens. That's what's going to happen. It's going to go back to fucking normal. Something big is going to happen, and everyone's going to get their panties in the bunch again. This isn't going to change. Do you want to know why it's not going to change? I can tell you exactly why it's not going to fucking change, and that's because we do not have another platform that is rivaling YouTube. If we cannot rival YouTube, we will not have the ability to go, okay, I'm just going to go fucking somewhere else.
I say use Floatplane.
I personally prefer Twitch.
Yeah. Twitch is more strict than YouTube.
No, I don't have any problems with them. But that's my choice, and that's because I choose to be responsible for what I allow on my channel.
True. So, and it's don't think I'm trying to argue on the point. I do agree with what you're saying, and it does fall down to the responsibility of the channel holder. And it does, especially if they choose to read those comments out. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I see it's totally unnecessary. I really do.
I mean, I don't... Like I said, it's just going to change until we get something different.
Panina, you're right. These companies are absolutely spineless. But at the same time, they're still companies. They got to make money. And when you have something that unfortunately is still as well respected as the Wall Street Journal coming at you going, you promote horrible things, YouTube's got to respond. There's nothing that they can do other than make it look like they're trying to make this better. And until a certain level of generations passes off, there's, I'm talking about the older generation who still look at Wall Street Journal as an authority, who are not as comfortable with certain things as we are.
Somebody who's not boomers.
Yeah, until that passes or they finally reach a level of education to understand the Wall Street Journal is not the end-all be-all. And I'm using Wall Street Journal as, other members of their thing. These are things that are going to have to happen. I don't agree with it. I don't. I agree that YouTube is absolutely spineless, but they still have to make money. They still have to keep business going.
You still have to follow by their TOS, and that is something I do wholeheartedly respect. And I also preach. I preached to Antoine about it whenever he made his video about a certain someone when he called him gay, and I told him flat out, "Is like you're gonna get hit for this," and he did because it fell against TOS. So, I mean, I understand the TOS of YouTube, but it is so ludicrous and bullshit that it's not funny.
No,
and it's gonna take major creators leaving, like Linus, Markiplier, Jack, PewDiePie, Game Theory, and a couple of the other big ones. It's going to take them leaving the platform because we're tired of following your BS rules. YouTube's got to lose a bunch of money because of it, and they're going to have to scramble around, and it's going to be a reversal of something. Whether they change policies, shut doors, who knows?
The problem is there has to be a platform already ready with the stuff that is YouTube is doing now. So if the platform is not ready to take on someone like Markiplier with however many fucking subscribers he has, and give him the same influence, the same funding that he is getting from YouTube, they are not going to go.
Yeah.
So we're basically starting to talk in circles now.
Yeah, I mean it's an interesting topic, and we could probably go on with it for a long time. There's certainly lots of different viewpoints of this. There's too much gray area, way too much gray area for my liking. When you get gray area, you can do a lot of things and not be held responsible for it. And that can happen for YouTubers and the platform YouTube itself. Same with Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, I agree. All right, guys. It's past that time. We went a little over, but that's all right. We started a little late. So thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Antoine Great. This has been Caffeinated to Die. I have been joined by my co-host Sparky from Sparky's Tech Corner. And as a guest host, we have Ishtar from Arkham Darkness and her own Twitch channel. So thank you very much for joining us, everyone. Do you have anything last to say?
Have a great day, guys.
Yep. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you haven't hit it yet.
Bye.
Subscribe to the channel. Have fun. And remember, everyone, caffeinate or die.